Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Revision PDF are uploaded on this Telegram channel. We have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. Which organization recently deployed its all-women team for contingency duties? Contingency means a kind of emergency responsibilities. So, this has been done by NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Force. So, NDRF has deployed all-female team for contingency duties in Uttar Pradesh, and to be specific, it is deployed in Mukteshwar town on the banks of river Ganga. Now, what is NDRF? It is a statutory body. Statutory means actually this is going to be force, National Disaster Response Force. So statutory means by law. So it has been enacted as per the provisions of Disaster Management Act of 2005. NDRF is under MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. Present Director General of NDRF is S.N. Pradhan. So it is a statutory body under Ministry of Home Affairs. Recently it was in news because it has deployed entire female team for contingency duties in Mukteshwar town in Uttar Pradesh, and this town is on the banks of river Ganga. Swasth Vayu, a non-invasive ventilator, was developed by which organization? So it has been developed by CSIR, and to be specific, it has been developed by a laboratory of CSIR, and it is NAL, that is National Aerospace Laboratory. So CSIR NAL has developed this non-invasive ventilator. The name of ventilator is Swasth Vayu. Now, what exactly is ventilator? See, ventilator is a device that blow air with extra oxygen. So, when there is a problem of oxygen in patient's body, then ventilators are used. So, these ventilators are the devices which provide oxygen to the patient. Recently, CSIR was in news as CSIR NPL celebrated its 75th Foundation Day, and Prime Minister addressed this event. What is NPL? It is National Physical Laboratory. So previous one was National Aerospace Laboratory. This one is National Physical Laboratory. What is CSIR? It is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Which institution is to conduct the National Cow Science Examination? So the intention behind this initiative is to educate people or to educate students on the importance of cows, and this will be conducted by RKA, that is Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog. So Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog is going to conduct National Cow Science Examination to educate students about the importance of cow, and this examination will be organized annually, that means once in a year. And this RKA, that is Rashtriya Kamdhenu Ayog, is a government body under Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Present Ministry is Giriraj Singh. He is Member of Parliament from Begusarai in Bihar. DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, is to establish biodigester MK2 technology in which states metro rail network. Now, few important points. First, it will be done by DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, and it will be done for the metro rail network in Maharashtra, that is Maha Metro. Now, what is the meaning of this term biodigester? See, in metro there are toilets, and to treat the human waste in these metro rail network, these biodigesters will be used. So these are eco-friendly. First thing first, these are eco-friendly. That means environment friendly. They are not going to harm the environment. Second is that they will be used for the treatment of human waste. So these eco-friendly biodigester units by DRDO will be installed in Maharashtra Metro Rail Network. Recently, one more railway network or metro network was in news, and it is Delhi Metro Network. Why it was in news? Because of driverless train. So this has been started on Delhi network, and to be specific, it has been started on the Magenta line of Delhi Metro. Now, the route of this is from Janakpuri West to Botanical Garden. So this is India's first fully automated driverless train, which started its operations on the Magenta line of Delhi Metro. Ujala and SLNP schemes, which completed 6 years, are implemented by which ministry? So these are two schemes, and these are implemented by Ministry of Power. Now what is Ujala scheme? It is Unnat Jyoti by Affordable LED for all. So this is the name of scheme, Unnat Jyoti by Affordable LED for all. So as the name suggests, under the scheme, the LED bulbs and LED street lights will be distributed to save the energy. And who is going to distribute this? This will be done by EESL, that is Energy Efficiency Services Limited. So this is under Ministry of Power. So under the scheme, LEDs are distributed, LED lights and bulbs. Next is SLNP scheme. So what is SLNP? It is Street Lighting National Program. Now answer in comment box, which one is more energy efficient, LED or LCD? And what is the full form of LED and what is the full form of LCD? As per the World Bank GEP report, GEP stands for Global Economic Prospectus Report. What is the estimated GDP growth in the fiscal year 2021 to 22? So recently, Global Economic Prospectus report was released, and this is a report by World Bank. So as per this report, in 2021, the global economic growth is going to be 4%. It is going to be 2021, and India's growth is going to be 5.4%. So this is going to be the growth of India, and globally the growth is going to be 4%. And the next year, India will grow at a rate of 5.2%. What is the minimum market value of a startup company which is termed as a unicorn company? So those startups which have a value over $1 billion, such startup companies are considered as unicorn company. So recently this term was in use because of a speech by India's ambassador to USA. Who is India's ambassador to USA? He is Mr. Taranjeet Singh Sandhu. So as per his statement, India is the current third largest startup ecosystem. That means startup companies prefer to set up their business in India. And India is home to 21 unicorn companies. Unicorn companies are those companies which are startup companies and they have market valuation over $1 billion. So as of now, India is home to 21 startup companies valued at $73.2 billion. That means total valuation of these 21 startup companies is $73.2 billion. Now, one important point is that, see, this fact is important from bank exams perspective. Why so? Because bank exams are organized frequently. So therefore, such peculiar information can be asked. However, other examinations which are organized once in a year, for such examinations, these minor facts are not so important because you won't be able to recall this much information. But if your exam is organized after every 2 or 3 months, then such minor facts are also important. The Oxford University has developed a survey of which animal using satellite imagery and artificial intelligence. So Oxford University has developed a survey of African elephants using satellite information and using artificial intelligence. Recently, this Oxford University was also in news because of Covishield. So Covishield is a vaccine by Serum Institute of India, Oxford University and AstraZeneca. Recently, DCGI, that is Drug Controller General of India, approved 2 vaccines in India for emergency use. One is this Covishield, another is Covaxin. And this has been developed by Bharat Biotech in association with ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research. Please note that recently Bharat Biotech, or to be specific, this vaccine Covax was in news because the efficacy data of Covaxin was not provided by the company because the clinical trials of 3rd phase are still going on. What does that mean? It means trials to find out how much effective this vaccine is going to be. Answer in comment box, where is the headquarters of Bharat Biotech? Which is the first urban cooperative bank in India to be converted into SFC, that is Small Finance Bank. So this is Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank. Recently, this became the first urban cooperative bank of India to be converted into Small Finance Bank. Now, what is the difference between Small Finance Bank and regular bank? See, in layman's term, Small Finance Bank are going to operate in small area. They will provide all the services like regular bank, but they will operate in a smaller area. So this Shivalik Cooperative Bank is a cooperative bank in Uttar Pradesh and its headquarters is in Saharanpur. Now, recently it received a license from Reserve Bank of India to operate as Small Finance Bank. and it is going to start its operations as a small finance bank by April 2021. Which two states are the first to complete the 3 out of 4 citizen-centric reforms directed by the Finance Ministry? So what is this entire scenario? See, Finance Ministry said to the states that if you are going to implement these reforms, we will provide you money for the capital expenditure, that is CapEx. That means you can use this money for infrastructure development in your state. But for this money, you will have to do certain reforms in your state. So 3 major reforms which was suggested by the Finance Ministry were One Nation, One Ration Card. Second scheme is Ease of Doing Business reforms. Third scheme was Urban Local Bodies reforms. Now, Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh became the first 2 states to implement these 3 citizen-centric reforms suggested by the Finance Ministry. Therefore, the Finance Ministry decided to provide financial assistance of 1004 crore rupees for capital expenditure. So, what is the meaning of this term capital expenditure? That means this money will be used for infrastructure development. For example, if you are building a road, then it is capital expenditure. Actually, under Atmanirbhar Bharat package 2.0, government announced that it is going to provide 12,000 crore rupees to the states for 50 years. That means it is going to be a 50-year loan which will be given by the central government to the states for capital expenditure. And this will be a special interest-free 50-year loan. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news events. So first is related to New Zealand, as recently New Zealand became the top country in the cricket rankings of test matches. So in test, New Zealand is on top position. Previously, Australia was on top position. Now New Zealand is on top. Second event is related to Surat Municipal Corporation. So Surat is in Gujarat, and Surat Municipal Corporation was in news as it has decided to set up India's first of its kind migrant workers cell. That means now the Municipal Corporation of Surat will create a database of migrant workers. So this is a first of its kind initiative by the Municipal Corporation in our country. Next is Solidarity and Stability Deal. So recently this deal was signed during the GCC summit. GCC stands for Gulf Cooperation Council. So this deal was signed to end the diplomatic rift between Qatar and Saudi Arabia. The members of GCC are Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE. Please note that even Yemen is a neighboring country, but Yemen is not a member of GCC. GCC stands for Gulf Cooperation Council. The headquarters of GCC is in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Next is Northeast first ever ginger processing plant. So it is in Meghalaya. Actually, this is old plant, but it was non-functional. So this plant was set up in 2004. It was non-functional. Now steps are taken to make it functional. That's why it was in news. And it is first ever ginger processing plant in Northeast, and it is in Meghalaya. Next is Bajaj Allianz. So recently Bajaj Allianz partnered with Jammu and Kashmir government to launch the health insurance coverage under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana Sehat. Sehat stands for Social Endeavor for Health and Telemedicine. And the telemedicine initiative of Health Ministry is Sanjeevani. What is telemedicine? It means providing medical facilities or medical services through internet or through telephonic services. Next is India's first cultural diplomat to USA. So he was Dr. Mox Raz. Now let me give you its brief background. So to make different countries aware about India's culture, ICCR, that is Indian Council for Cultural Relations, sent people to different countries. These people were sent to make countries aware about India's culture. So recently, India's first cultural diplomat to USA, Dr. Mox Raz, was in news. He spread the traditional Indian culture in the many states in USA. So this was an initiative by ICCR, that is Indian Council for Cultural Relations. Next is Tri-Food Parks. So for Tri-Food Parks in Madhya Pradesh, TriFed, which is under MOTA, that is Ministry of Tribal Affairs, collaborated with Akhil Bharatiya Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram. Next is PIDF, that is Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. So recently RBI issued guidelines or operational guidelines for PIDF. Actually, it is a 500 crore rupees fund, out of which 250 crore will be provided by Reserve Bank of India and rest 250 will be provided by the banks. So this is for the payment infrastructure development across the tier 3 to tier 6 cities. Next is Bob Brett. So Bob Brett, who was a tennis coach in Australia, passed away recently. Next is Faustin Archange. So recently, Faustin Archange became the president of Central African Republic. Next is Abhishek Yadav. So recently, Mr. Yadav became the first Deputy General Secretary of AIFF. AIFF stands for All India Football Federation. And last news is World Day of War Orphans. So it is observed on 6th of January. Now we are going to cover yesterday's test. So Central Vista project is related to new parliament building and Central Secretariat. Recently it was in news because Supreme Court approved this project with a verdict of 2-1. That means 2 judges gave judgment in favor of this project and 1 judge opposed it. And this 3-judge bench was headed by Justice A.M. Khanwilkar. Next is, as per the recent statement of UNICEF, which country recorded the highest number of births on the New Year's Day? So this country is India. That means highest number of babies took birth in our country on the 1st of January. Next is, which technology company has collaborated with Health Ministry to develop a mobile application for managing non-communicable disease? So this technology company is Dell. Next is, Thai Posham is a religious festival celebrated in which Indian state? So it is celebrated in Tamil Nadu. Next is, what is the accuracy of National Atomic Time Scale which was recently launched? So its accuracy is 2.8 nanoseconds. Next is, the Kochi-Mangaluru natural gas pipeline is constructed by which PSU? So it is constructed by GAIL. Next question is, in which international body India has recently commenced its 2-year tenure as a non-permanent member? So India became the non-permanent member of UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council. In this Security Council, 5 members are permanent and 10 members are elected for a tenure of 2 years. Recently, India started its tenure of 2 years as a non-permanent member. So out of these 10 non-permanent members, 5 are selected every year. So this time, India, Ireland, Mexico, Kenya and Norway are the non-permanent members which were elected recently. Who is India's permanent representative to United Nations? He is Mr. T.S. Trimurti. Next is TriFed is under which ministry? So it is under MOTA. Next is, who is the owner of Chinese pharmaceutical giant Wantai? So Zhong Shanshan is the owner of this company, and recently, as per the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, he became the richest man in Asia. Next question is, on which day the World Brill Day is observed every year? So it is on 4th of January. Now today's test. So first question is, the PM CARES Fund Trust has allocated 201 crore rupees for the installation of which type of equipments? Second question is, how many ministries have partnered for the Toyathon initiative which was recently launched? This was launched to make India a global manufacturing hub of toys. Third question is, which company has partnered with SIDBI to provide a finance scheme to the MSME in rooftop solar segment? Fourth question is, which state launched Kisan Kalyan Mission? Fifth question is, which organization is to provide $105 million loan to improve the water transport in West Bengal? Sixth question is, which Indian state or union territory has introduced a new school bag policy? Seventh question is, as per the recent statement of WHO, what is the ideal interval between 2 doses of Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine? Eighth question is, which Indian government has set up a control room to control the spread of bird flu in which state or union territory? Eighth question is, the Indian government has set up control room to control the spread of bird flu in which state or union territory? Ninth question is, IRDAI, that is regulator of insurance sector, is going to introduce a standard insurance policy to cover the risk of fire and allied threats in which sector? And last question is, India recently signed Memorandum of Understanding with which country regarding the partnership in specified skilled worker? So the answer of these questions will be discussed in next video. Please try to attempt these questions and try to write down your score in the comment box. Thank you, and that's all for the day.